Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name is Gleed. Today we are going to be doing a body conditioning workout. You will not need any equipment, although you may like to use a mat just to make it a little bit more comfortable for you as well. What we're going to be doing is 3 rounds of exercises. In each round you'll be doing 45 seconds work, 15 seconds recovery. We will do all of those exercises twice. That way you can learn what you need to do and then you can really start to go after your workout if that's what you're feeling good for. So what we're going to do to begin with is just make sure that you've got everything that's set up. So a little bit of space around you is perfect. I'll do every single exercise with you. I'll help you and guide you through, and I'll give you the top tips as we're doing each exercise. That way then, as you're doing this workout, if you want to just watch it at the moment and you can follow in with us later on and play this back, or ultimately we're going to be doing that at 5 o'clock this evening again. So if you wanted to see what you're going to be letting yourself in store for and then join us later on, that's also absolutely fine. First thing we're going to do, get you warmed up. So what I want you to do is just to open up your arms, create a nice little bit of space. So just keep reaching into diagonal movements here, reaching across your body, trying to stretch through from the fingertips all the way over to the other side of the fingertips, through the arms, and just starting to move your elbows backwards, just so you start to feel a little bit of mobility into the shoulder, and just starting to stretch through the chest as well. Good, shake that out. Just start to pivot from one side over to the other. So just moving from the forefoot, rotating around from side to side, starting to get your body all prepared. And we've got a little bit of a theme in today's workout. What I've got is a bit of conditioning work in the first round. Then we're going to do a bit of core work in the second. And then the third round is all about cardio, where we're going to challenge your heart rate and try and push them up a little bit higher as well. Next thing we're going to do is take you to a little half squat. So just turning a little bit down to the sides, lower your hips towards your heels. You don't need to go too low at the moment. I'm just looking to get you moving and to get all the blood in the muscles that you're going to be working so that you can be best prepared for the workout we've got coming up. So just get yourself lowering down as far as you feel comfortable and we can work on that depth a little bit more coming up. Now the next thing we're going to do is a step back lunge. What we're going to do is create a little bit of space, take a large step down towards the floor. Back knee is just off the floor and I'm getting into a nice low position and alternating the legs there. So just move from one side over to the other. And it doesn't have to be too deep at the moment. Just looking to get your body prepared for the work that you're about to do. So once you take that large step back, lower your back knee down towards the floor. I'm just using my arms just to help give me a little bit of control, help my balance a little bit. And then we can just start to stabilize as well. Let's do the last couple on either side. Good. Now the next exercise we're going to do is a bit of virtual skipping. So what you do, imagine you've got a skipping rope and just get you pushing off your feet. Now we're going to do some exercises, especially towards the end of the workout, where we're going to challenge your heart rate a little bit more. And at that point, we're going to get you pushing off the floor and doing a little bit more work. So just trying to get you loosening up, working through your ankles, getting you to push yourself off the floor. Now just start to move your legs forwards and backwards, just so you're scissoring them a little bit more. Now just start to move forwards and backwards with a little bit of a jump. I've got a few options of you can take yourself into a little bit of jumping work if you'd like to, but again, you've got the option to do that. Let's go side to side with this virtual skipping. The nice thing about this virtual skipping is you don't get to whip yourself with the actual skipping rope and get red marks down your calves. That's always the worst part. Okay, just loosen your body up. Give me a little punch combination. Bring your hands up next to your head. It's going to be a jab, cross, jab. We're going to jump 180 degrees, jab, cross, jab. And as you do this, try and keep your hands up around about head height. And also just pivoting off your feet, just so we can start to create a bit of mobility in your ankles. And also all the way through the hips, up towards your shoulders. And this will start to prepare your arms for the work that we've got coming up. Good. Last couple. Good. Loosen your body up here. Now just give me some jumping jacks just to loosen up for the legs a little bit more. We're going to get you working in different directions, so it's important that we start to get you used to moving in the way that we're going to be working out. First exercise starts in just over 20 seconds. So I'm just going to show you the first exercise. We'll work for 45 seconds on each exercise, and I'll give you 15 seconds just to prepare yourself ready for the next exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a walkout thruster. Okay, that's what you've got to do. Let's take your hands down towards the floor, step out, step back in, and then stand tall. Last 45 seconds, let's go. Now what we're looking to do here is to create a large range of movement. It's like an extension of the warm-up, stepping out into a strong press-up position, bring yourself back in, and then stand up nice and tall. Now as I say, we're going to do every exercise twice. So if you're starting with me here, what we could take this into would be a burpee, or taking you into a little bit of a jump. Now if that's something that you would like to start now, you've got 10 seconds. You can get after it a little bit more if you'd like to. Just standing up nice and tall. Good, okay, relax there. Now what we're going to do is take you into a knee drive. So we're going to get used to pivoting on the feet, drive your knee up, and we'll do about 10 seconds on each side. Then we're going to pivot the feet and go into the opposite side as well. So when you do this one, I want you to reach your arms and drive your knee all the way through into your hands. As you start to go into this driving position, just start to think about the height of the knee as well. Pivot and then over to the opposite side. So trying to keep that range of movement, try and keep the speed up. Now think of this as a dynamic movement, so moving fairly quickly from one side to the other. Big range. It will help you get your heart rates up a little bit more. But a big range of movement, which prepares you for some of the bigger movements coming up. And we can always progress these as well. Last couple. Good, let's pivot over to the opposite side. Excellent. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is a lateral lunge. So we're going to take a large step, bringing your feet together, and then all we're going to do, hands to the side of the head, side bend away from the central part of the body. So large movement, side bend, and then over to the opposite side. Okay, so let's get this moving. You're just going to start to feel a little bit of a stretch on the inner parts of your thighs. Now the goal here is just to get you moving, and if you feel like you can start to work a little bit deeper, have a go at staying a little bit lower. So if you can stay in this almost athletic stance, down a little bit lower as you move from one side to the other, that's going to get your legs working a little bit more. So you get to progress these exercises as you best see fit. If you just want to stay in a more upright position, then that's absolutely fine. We're just starting to work the body in different ways, and then last 5 seconds, we'll go through all these exercises again, and we'll give you some options to push your fitness a little bit more. So the first one was the thruster walkout. It was going to be a walkout, walk in, and a stand up. You've got the option of taking this into a little bit of a jump this time, okay? Starting in 3 seconds, you pick your level of intensity, let's go. Each time we're going down towards the floor, it's a strong press up position. Bring yourself back in and just push up off the floor. Now the nice thing about this is it's not particularly high impact, but if you wanted to turn this into a full burpee, where you jump your feet out, check this one out. So we go out, we go in, and we go up. You've got the option if you want it. There's 15 seconds to get after that if you'd like to, but all you need to do is to work to whatever level of intensity you feel most comfortable to do. Let's do one more, a little bit of time there. It's fine to work over a little bit. Okay, the knee drives. Now we said we've got options to add on, so make sure you're pivoting the feet in between. It's going to be from a deep lunge position, drive the knee down into that lunge position. 10 seconds each side, let's go. So from a lunge position, drive your knee up. And when you drive your knee, it looks like I'm leaning back a little bit because I want you to think about extending through your hips. So allowing the hip to fully extend creates this nice dynamic movement. Okay, let's pivot the feet over towards the opposite side. Drive your knee up and power through. Make it a really big driving motion. Get down into that lunge as well. Okay, let's pivot over to the opposite side again. From that lunge, drive your knee up and through. You'll start to feel your heart rates come up. So you can get your knee around about chest height. That'll definitely get your heart rates up a little bit more as well. So one more. Good work. Okay. Now, we did the lateral lunge with the side bend. We gave you the option of staying low. Now I'm going to ask you to stay low, okay? So this time, big step. But I want you to feel the stretch into the legs. From here, come up Big side bend, back down low. Lunge, step feet together. Stand up, side bend away from the rest of the body, back down into your deep squat. Take it out towards the side so you get the stretch of the thigh. Bring your legs together, side bend, and then let's get you low, big step across again. So every single time that you're moving into these positions, break them down a little bit, okay? So let's take you into a squat, a big lateral lunge. Feet come together, stand tall, side bend, back down into that squat. Large lunge, get the stretch into the legs, come back up. These are conditioning drills, starting to lengthen and challenge your body all at the same time. Relax there. Okay, here's what's going to happen next. We go into round 2 of our exercises. Round 2 are going to be floor-based. Grab a mat if you would like one. We're going to start on your bum in a V-sit position. So straight down we go. Pivoting onto your hips. What I want you to do is I want you to lie yourself down flat, bring yourself in and just hug your knees. Okay? Now, if you can, balance on your seat bones, that would be great. So just maintaining a little bit of balance there as you extend back out again. So keeping that nice big reaching position, bring yourself nice and tall, and then open back up. So these are called bear hug V-sits. Nice thing about them is that you just get to hug the knee, you just get a little moment just to rebalance yourself and center yourself before you extend back out again. The arms go wide, the legs go long, bring yourself back into the center, feet not touching the floor if you can help it. If you do need to put your heels down, then we understand, just helps you on a little bit of balance. Let's turn you over onto your front. We're going to do a mountain climber. Now, we're doing core work. That means for me, control. What I don't want to see is lots of speed where your hips start to come up and you're not maintaining this strong, kind of engaged feel. So let's get into a press-up position. Walk your knees underneath you, extending your legs. I would rather you be trying to make this easy exercise hard than do it really quickly, holding your breath, and then be bursting for oxygen. So keep a nice steady march position, just like it says in the name. It's a mountain climber. If you're going up a mountain, you would be going slow, steady, controlled movement, rather than trying to run the first 10 meters, being hugely out of breath, and then having to stop. So keep control, keep your discipline here, just keep moving your legs. So it's a strong position, and you're working hard. And relax there. Okay, next exercise we're back onto your seat bones. What we're going to do this time is another V-sit, but a variation. This time it's called a heel tap. So what's going to happen is you're going to open your body out wide, then you're going to come in, tap the heels, but not hugging the knees. And then we open out. So your heels come close to your bum, and then they extend away. Bring yourself close to your bum, and back out away. So it's like just reaching wide, and then bring yourself back in. Now, these V-sits open out wide as they go long as well. So it's trying to create as much range of movement. Now, we're allowing the heels to touch the floor so that way you can maintain the control. So hopefully, you should start to feel that your stomach muscles are working, and you're definitely going to be working your hips as well. So we're going to make sure that at the end of our rounds of exercises, we're going to take you some nice stretches, just to release through the hips and making sure that they relax as well. Okay, 15 seconds recovery. Now, this is where you're going to start to feel your hips because we're going straight in to the first core exercise we did. That's our bear hug V-sits. So making sure that you've got a little bit of room to balance, get yourself all set up. Make sure that you have this range of movement available and then extend out. Bring yourself back up. Just pause for a second, feet off the floor, and then extend back out again. So keep control. Keep a little bit of balance going on here. If you find that your balance is losing itself all the time, of course you can bring your heels to touch the floor. But it's a challenge for you to just work on that core stability as you open out your arms and extend the legs and bring yourself back towards the center as well. You're doing a great job if you're keeping your balance here. It can be tricky, especially with big, large ranges of movement, where you're extending the body and then asking for it to come back into the same place each time. Keep that going, big, wide movement, back to the center and relax. Let's turn it over. We've got the mountain climbers coming up. So again, slow, controlled movement. Think of it. You're uphill, it's going to be slow and steady moves the way race on this one. Let's get you all set up. Hands underneath your shoulders in 3, 2, press up position. walking your knees in and extending your legs back out. Keep it steady. Keep working. Keep pushing yourself steadily all the time. Nice and steady. Keep control. Allow your eyes to look down at an imaginary line between your fingertips, and then just keep extending the leg out behind you. Nice and steady. Keeping your back as straight and as perfectly still as possible, so it's the movement that comes from your knees and your hips that gets the workout to be challenging. You've got just over 5 seconds. Keep it steady. And relax there. Okay, last core exercise. Then we're going to hit some cardio. It's now going to be the V-sits with the heel tap. So heels come in close to the body. Fingertips can just about touch the side of the calves. And then we're going to extend out and then back in again. So the heels get to touch the floor. That's the difference between this one and the bear hug. The bear hug is stability. This one is now a little bit more durability. Just the ability to keep going in these large range of movements, extending through the body, and then coming back into this hinged position where your hips start to go into flexion, and then we'll reach out nice and open again. Keep working steadily. No need to rush, especially when doing core. It's all about conditioning. You're going to start to feel those stomach muscles working. You're going to start to feel that the hips are being challenged. Not a bad thing. Last 5 seconds, then we're going to get you off the floor into our cardio round. Okay, let's get rid of the mat. Okay, first exercise. We have got a pop-up squat with a cross. Here we go. Down into this deep squat position. You pop up into a cross-leg position, back down into that squat, and then alternate to the opposite side. Let's get going. Now, this is going to be your standard movement. Keeping your hips down nice and low, and your back straight. Here's the option. Just a deep squat. So if you don't want to be pushing off the floor, that's absolutely fine. You pick the intensity that you've got available to you. We want you to be fit, but as part of that, you've got to be working out regularly. It's not about the one workout you do a week. It's about all the workouts you do. And even if they're in gear 1, where you're just building up to push yourself a little bit harder each week, it's like we've got the time at the moment. So keep it nice and steady. Okay, relax there. Next exercise is a Mogul. Okay, now a Mogul comes from people who go skiing and go over the moguls and they go over the humps. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have my arms around about chest height, and I'm going to move my arms in the opposite direction to my feet. Okay, it's a quick transition. So here it is. Now the whole goal here is to create hip mobility, but at the same time, starting to push off your feet. So try and push yourself with a little bit of speed work here. Now if this isn't for you, it's not a problem. What we can do is just get you moving and just start to rotate through the spine. But ideally, it's a cardio round. We want you moving. If you've been doing some of the other exercises by now, I reckon you're ready for this. Even if you need to take a little bit of a breather. If it hurts, don't do it. If it works, keep it going. That's the plan. Keep working, keep working. 5 seconds to go. Try and push those arms a little bit wider. You can see the arms going to be around about chest height. And we'll rest there. Now, got a tough one for you guys. It's a split squat, which means that we're down into a deep lunge position. Your legs are split. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little jump from side to side. Okay? So let's get going. It's going to be 20 seconds here. In terms of how far do you travel, it's going to be around about 6 to 10 inches. And you're looking for your back knee to go down towards the floor. Okay? So get that back knee down towards the floor. Give me just a few more seconds and I'm going to switch the legs. Okay, here it is. Quick transition. Let's go to the other side. Back knee goes down towards the floor. Now, if this is too much for you, it's not a problem. Just a step back lunge is absolutely fine. So you pick the intensity that's right for you. If you can keep this back knee down, and you're jumping in from side to side, you're really going to start to feel your quads and your glutes start to burn. And that's the cardio kicking in. And you feel your heart rate going up. Okay, that's the 3 exercises. Let's go through them again. Pop up, cross, jump. Okay, down into a deep squat. We're going to jump up, cross the feet over here and back down. 3, 2, 1. Let's get going. Let's push your fitness now. If you've been saving a little bit of energy just to see how this workout goes, now's the time to push yourself. I want you to do as much work as you can do to get the first workout possible. We've got to push you. Now try and keep your head up and your back straight, so you're getting your hips down low in between your legs. Then push off the floor just to give you a little bit of hang time so you can cross the legs over just underneath your body. 10 seconds of work to go. Can you get a little bit quicker? I know your legs are getting tired. I'm here with you. Let's do this together. Come on. 3, 2, and relax there. Okay. Moguls. The little jump from side to side. Keeping the arms at chest height. That's your target. 5 seconds. Woo. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So just pushing off the floor. Keeping your feet just maybe an inch or two apart. Just so that way then you've got a little bit of movement. You're not knocking your ankle joints together. Keep those arms up to chest height if you can. Keep pushing yourself. I've got no problems if you want to put your hands together, or if you just want to hold your elbows, that's absolutely fine. You pick how you want to do them. As long as you're moving, as long as you're getting your activity up, you're doing a good job. Just 10 seconds left to go. Keep pushing. This is your fitness time, so go for it. Last 5 seconds, a little bit quick if you can. Pick it up a little bit more, and rest there. Okay, last exercise coming up. Split squat, lateral jumps, okay? Let's get you down into this lunge position. Foot comes into a position where you're down nice and deep. Knee just off the floor. A little bit of movement from side to side. I'll go sideways so you guys can see it. Here it is. So it's just keeping that burning feeling. I need you to keep the back knee down, close towards the floor. Obviously, make sure you're not bashing your kneecap into the floor. You don't want to be bruising that. Keep deep, keep deep, keep deep. Okay, quick transition on the legs. Let's go for this. It's a hard exercise. If the impact isn't your friend, just give me step back lunges. Got 15 seconds of work to go. Keep the back knee down. Keep working hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going. With just 5 seconds left to go. Stay low, keep good quality, and relax there. Oh, heart rate's up, the legs are burning. Give them a little shake, loosen them up a little bit. Okay, let's start with the upper body. Let your breathing come back to you. Open up your hands behind you, link them together. Lift your chin and chest up tall. Let's get a chest stretch. Woo. That's good work. Just keep control now. Allow your breathing to come back to you. Arms go up, link them together. Lean over towards the sides. Nice stretch here. After doing the moguls, want to make sure the muscles are being stretched. We have the side bends earlier in the first round as well. Good work. Okay. Get that there. Let's do a quad stretch. So hopefully you've got a little bit of balance left in you. Take one foot, bring your hands into the palm. Bring your foot into the palm of your hand. Now, breath here still. Cardio is good. Okay, push your foot into the palm of your hand. Get a deep stretch of the quads. Get a little shake. Swap it over. Here's a thought for you. When you do these little stretches, are you actually working the stretch to give it the biggest and best stretch you can? Or are you just holding the position? Be mindful about that. You want to make sure you're trying to get the most out of it. Now, take it down to the floor. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch. So, what's going to happen is your legs are out long. One shin comes over your thigh. Bend the knee so your chest comes closer towards your shin. Now, from that position, lengthen up all the way up through your spine. Good, excellent. Okay, nice stretch around the hip, down the side of the leg. Let's extend the leg, swap the feet over. And a nice deep stretch through the glutes, down the outside of the hips. Good. Okay, now I've got a couple of yoga moves for you just to help stretch out a little bit more. Up dogs and down dogs first. So lower your hips down towards the floor, lift your chin and chest up. Now just as you hold this position, you should feel like a little stretch through the front of the hips. So if your knees are off the floor, you'll get a deeper stretch. But if you're not comfortable holding yourself up because of your wrists, you can lower your knees down if you need to. Now from here, we're going to push your hands into the floor, and we're just going to push your hips high and look towards your toes. This is downward facing dog. I want you to have straight legs, but if they're tight, you might just want to bend the knees a little bit. And I just want you to pedal your heels slowly up and down. Now you've done a fair bit of jumping, especially those moguls. So I want you to make sure the calves get a good stretch. Now from here, take one foot up to the palm of your hand. Now extend the back leg and reach your hand up high. So I've got my right foot up and I've got my right hand reached high. Now from here, bring the hand down, back to downward facing dog, over to your left side, so left foot up towards your left hand, then lift that left hand up, push the back knee away. So think about pushing the heel away from the rest of the body, reaching fingers up tall. Good. Come back to the centre. Give me downward facing dog one last time. Rest your knees onto the floor. Slowly roll up your spine. And just loosen your body out. Thank you very much for joining me for this Matrix Fitness live workout. My name's Matt. Thank you again. We will be doing another class at 5 o'clock this evening. So if you've been checking out the exercises now, join us for 5 o'clock. And if not, we'll see you on Thursday at 7:45, 12 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Take care guys, see you soon. Bye bye.